All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. All right, album of the week. I'm still promoting. Why not? This is Colin James and Chasing the Sun. Check it out. If you like blues rock, and I do, and hopefully some of you do as well, this guy has set the bar pretty high. Still going strong after 40 years of being in a very unforgiving industry. One right now that has no support system in place for music like this. It just, I don't know what else to say about it. So, anyway, Colin James, Chasing the Sun, great guitarist, and seems like a decent guy. I don't know that much about Colin James as a person, but his music is fantastic. Now, a lot of people are asking me, what do you think happened to Jason Bonham? And why did he go back to England suddenly? Um, there's not really much to explain here other than it appears to be a family emergency, and the media isn't digging into this too much. I'm sure the family is wanting privacy. I don't know if somebody is ill in the family. I imagine that must be it, but then again, who knows? Kenny Aronoff, who is a fantastic drummer, has replaced Jason Bonham on the Best of All Worlds tour. And Sammy Hagar dedicated Eagles Fly at the Riverbend Music Center in Cincinnati to Jason Bonham. It basically said it was announced that Bonham left Sammy's tour because of a family issue, and Aronoff took his place. In fact, I believe I had one or two patrons tell me that Kenny was off the chain or off the hook or whatever the expression is. Kenny Aronoff is a world class drummer. He's a drummer's drummer, in fact, which means that drummers like him. So yeah, he says tonight I'm going to dedicate Eagles Fly to the Bonham family in England. Hope everything works out okay over there, and to our brother Jason. So again, mum's the word. Jason made it clear why he left the tour, but if you dig down into that, he basically said it was an emergency he had to tend to, um, but it doesn't get into too many specifics. And that's been pretty much it. So if you're looking to know exactly what happened with Jason Bonham, who has been just a great ambassador for rock and roll, and I know he would be drumming for Led Zeppelin if there was ever a Led Zeppelin reunion. I'm still in awe of that album he did back in 1989 with the band Bonham. I just thought that was, yes, it was extremely derivative of Led Zeppelin. And my response even then was, so what? It's just, I could listen to the tune Bringing Me Down right alongside, Led Zeppelin songs from the early 70s. And I think that was just a great album to try to keep the spirit of Zeppelin alive, using some newer technology in the late 80s. It was just a spectacular album. And I don't hear it. You won't hear it. Where are you going to hear it? Classic rock? They don't care. I mean, classic rock plays Pearl Jam, right? Then they say this is like Jeremy or whatever. That's classic rock. But Wait for Me by Bonham. Nah, that's not classic rock. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's too derivative of Zeppelin, and they don't even play enough Zeppelin anymore. Everything has just been, it's reductionist. Everything is just, it's not as good as it used to be. That's all I can say. So anyway, if you haven't heard that Bonham album, or if you remember hearing it briefly, you should go check it out again because it's really good. All right. So if anything new with the Jason Bonham situation develops, of course, I will be talking about it here. I'm a big fan of Jason. Also, this guy here, big fan of Colin James, Chasing the Sun, available wherever you can listen to music, including this whole new old thing of actually purchasing the album. I don't know. There might be vinyl for this, and I know vinyl is more popular now than CDs are, which I think is pretty cool, but a little bit weird. I do have a turntable and I have records, and I like to play them just because it's something different. I'm going to put this record on. I tend to scour the thrift stores looking for old records, and I find them, and it's just so interesting to open up the album and to look at the record sleeves and just to go back to where things were better, because they just were. I mean, it's hard to deny that. It's not just an old geezer thing. It's the fact that music is no longer as interesting as it used to be. So that's my take. You may have a different take. Please support me over on Patreon, also YouTube memberships, and Buy Me a Coffee, which has been pretty interesting. I get messages over at Buy Me a Coffee. Most of them are good. Occasionally I get an interesting one, but people are paying to send me those messages. So I read them all, and sometimes I reply to them as well. So again, thanks for your support of me and this channel, and I will talk to you soon.